So take me through how you got this fight. We found out obviously Anthony Hernandez had to withdraw. Like, was it just one phone call that it came together? Like, sort of tell us how you ended up getting this fight.
No, it wasn't one phone call for sure. It was like three. So they called like on a Tuesday and said like Fluffy was out and that we were gonna put my name in the box. Thursday comes. And they said, well, they're still talking to Paulo, but it's starting to favor myself. By Sunday night, they said it was 100% me. Monday morning, drive to Chicago. So it was kind of like a little bit of a waiting period, like waiting to see, a lot of uncertainty. But it is what it is. It would have been nice if they would have just gave it to me on the Tuesday and went straight to camp, but it's all right.
That's good. And obviously, training in Chicago. I know, De Ridder obviously trained at Killcliff as well. You guys had never trained together, though, right? Was my understanding, or had you guys trained?
No, just one little brief drill that was like almost like I can't remember the exact position, but it was like if the guy on bottom gets out, then the next guy comes and there's a line, and there's like 8 people on the ground like waiting to go. It was just jiu-jitsu day. So just a minute and like probably 10 seconds of that. That's it.
And I know you guys are different fighters, but Gerald Meerschaert is at your camp. He fought De Ridder as well. Game plan for him. Like, how much of an asset has that been in camp? Because he's already prepped for the guy.
Yeah, it helps, but again, the styles are different. He's a southpaw. He's felt De Ridder like in the fight and knows how awkward and how everything is. So that helps hearing his input. But again, yeah, like you said, I'm a lot different than Gerald. But Gerald gave him probably his hardest fight, and I'm gonna give him an even harder one.
Yeah. Who else did you get to work with this camp?
Always the best welterweight in the world, Bilal Muhammad. We got like my team that's here right now. We got my boy Max, Horacio, brought Tuco from Florida, Charlie. Ignacio, Nacho, however y'all look at him.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. You're good.
His little brother, worked with him as well. Yeah, man, there's been guys that just come to help for sure. Gerald, obviously. Yeah, so we're prepared.
What have you made of RDR's run so far in the UFC? Coming over from one championship, hasn't lost yet. Like, what have you made of? What's your assessment of him in the UFC?
I mean, it doesn't impress me. Like, maybe I'm hard to impress, but there's not one fight or one moment where you're like, oh man, like this guy's like crazy or he's something special. Like, he's tough, he's durable, his jiu-jitsu's not bad. But really, what else is there, to be honest? Like, I don't know, maybe you see something different than me, but I haven't seen anything where I'm just like, oh man, like he's something special. He's got that it. Maybe he has something that needs to be a little bit more pop. Like, it doesn't stand out to me, but hey, he's getting wins, good for him.
Were you impressed with him? Well, it doesn't sound like it. You weren't impressed with his win over Bo Nickel, finishing him. I know, Nickel doesn't have a ton of experience MMA-wise, but what did you think of that victory?
I mean, Bo will probably be good one day, right? But he's so young and so green in his MMA career. He's a great wrestler, but we know this isn't wrestling. And, yeah, it doesn't impress me because he's so green. Maybe when he's get some more time, some more experience, and get to fully come into himself as an MMA fighter, it'll be different. But no, they just struck, and we know Bo's not a striker. I mean, De Ridder's not a striker either, but he has more experience. So, yeah, I wasn't really impressed by it, to be honest.
Okay, last one for me. Your grandparents, I believe, are from Canada, is my understanding. Where are they from? Like, give us a little bit of backstory as to why you're going to be sort of the honorary Canadian in this main event.
Yeah, so my grandparents were both born and raised in Edmonton, Alberta. My grandma was raised in, like, the backwoods. Like, she rode a horse to school. Obviously, they've been gone for a little while. My grandfather gave up his citizenship to go into military in America. So, and he was in the Marine Corps for 36 years. But my grandma still has her citizenship, still files for her green card, however often that's supposed to go, I don't know. But, yeah, she hasn't been back in a while because my grandfather's been sick for a long time. So, but, yeah, it's just honor and pay homage to that side of my family.
Yeah, just a tip: don't cheer for the Oilers this week. People in Vancouver don't like them. That's the hockey team, the Edmonton Oilers. So.
Yeah, the how you pronounce it? The Canucks.
Canucks. There you
yeah.
go. There
Yes.
you go. Learn something every day. Thanks,
Yeah.
Brendan.
Hey, Brendan, right here. Just to follow up on that, you said it was like 3 phone calls for this to come together, but had you already been looking for a fight? Were you looking to get in, or was this just about the opportunity?
No, for sure. I was looking to fight like early November because how my kids' birthdays plays out and hunting season. I always try to fight before November to finish off the year. So I was pushing for like that November 1st, November 8th card. Worst case, MSG. But they, end of the year is kind of funny. They have guys that need fights that haven't fought enough or whatever the case may be. So I was getting to where it was like, oh, maybe December, oh, maybe January. And I was like, I can't fight January. Like, I have another baby that's going to be born around that time, and I don't want there to be any potential conflicts. So I was trying to get something on the books because normally when you book something, I don't know, you may have potentially 9, 10, 11 weeks, and then it allows me to ease into training, ease into the diet, and just kind of, I don't know, that's just how I approach it. But, yeah, I was trying.
And then I know you said you weren't impressed with RDR, but obviously the talk about this had been as almost like a title eliminator when it was with Fluffy. So was that a big part in factoring in, hey, this is the one I want?
Not really. For me, it's just like I've always wanted to fight the guy. And why I think it's a great matchup for me. It just comes down to that simple. I think it's a great matchup for me stylistically. And what better way to hit the top 5 than to beat him and beat him on a main event, back on the poster. It's just kind of putting me back where I planned to be honest with you. So that was the opportunity, and bigger the risk, bigger the reward.
When you say you always wanted to fight him, was it just a stylistic matchup, or?
Stylistic, yeah, and then like at the time with Killcliff when he fought, Aung La from when they were in 1 and stuff like that. Aung La was my friend, and he would come over to, I would stay with Tuco, and he'd come over to his house, and we'd go to his house, and yeah, so it's just like kind of stems from that a little bit. Like I'm kind of like gang, like that's my friend, so that's my boy, and it just kind of. I kept the same energy. That's really it. I just kept the same energy. Now you come to here to UFC, and some of these guys have fast rises. They jump so quick in the rankings and so quick to the spotlight. But how long of them really last? How long? There's not too many. My career has never been fast and direct. So I've had to build myself back a couple times. I've had to revitalize myself. And he's about to have to learn that in this promotion after Saturday.
Aung La obviously retired recently, but one more completely unrelated to this. We have Khamzat Chimaev obviously as champion now, and as a guy who was getting close to that title picture before a couple of setbacks, and now you're trying to work your way back there. Any concern about the possible lack of activity that you might see in the division?
Man, I think there's a couple divisions. It's all over the place right now, and middleweight's one of them. Yeah, it's definitely a concern. It's very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see how fast he wants to turn around. He's a guy that's been very open and honest about injuries and setbacks with his health. And, it's definitely concerning. Hopefully we don't have to have an interim, or hopefully they don't even do an interim if it comes to that. Hopefully we just strip and he comes back and fights for it if that were to happen. But, I guess we'll see, huh? I guess we'll see.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Brendan, what do you think of Khamzat calling out Alex Pereira and wanting to move up to 205 before he even has a title defense?
I think that's kind of like the story of Chimaev, right? Like he just talks a lot. He gets a lot of eyes. Like, it's not to the degree, but it's like Conor talking just to stay relative. Obviously, like Chimaev's not that bad, right? He doesn't say that much stuff and that much reckless stuff, but I don't know. I think he's got a lot of work to do in our division first. And it's not like he's a huge 85er that's cutting a lot like Alex was to get to 85 to where it's like, all right, I became a champion. I defended once. Like, let's just go up or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's weird, but I don't think that's in his future right now.
Do you think Nasruddin Imavov will send you a thank you note after Saturday? Because I feel like if you win this, you're probably clearing the way for him to get the shot for sure.
Man, I guess we'll see. I think the champion has a little bit of say of who he fights next. Not full say, obviously. The UFC is going to do what they want to do. They're the boss. But I think he has a little bit of pull. And if I go out there, because he was talking so much about De Ridder, wanted to test his grappling and stuff against De Ridder. If I go out there and beat him definitively, you never know. He could say my name, and the UFC could get it, but we'll see. I'm just more focused on Saturday. I don't care what happens with Imavov. I don't care what happens with Chimaev unless it's about me. Right now is Saturday, beating De Ridder, and doing it in impressive fashion.
And you mentioned earlier, like the ups and downs of the careers, the hard moments you've had. How much pressure do you feel to get this one, right? Like, do you feel like there's only a finite of these type of opportunities that are going to come your way?
Not necessarily. I'm only 29, so I've still got time, plenty of time. But I feel like right now is a good moment in my life, in my career. I feel like everything's set in place for me to make a real title run, put these guys away, or beat them in really good fashion, get a belt, defend it a couple of times, and then sail off into the sunset.
I know I heard you talking yesterday about like, you know, the whole Kill Cliff side of it, Robbie Lawler, and like kind of taking that side in camp. Do you feel like you're fighting more than RDR in the situation a little bit? Like, is this going to be more gratifying to know that you overcame all of that side of it too?
No, not really. I mean, end of the day, none of those guys have to step in there and fight me. He does. He has to step in there and feel everything like 100% power, 100% speed. Like, you have to feel it in real time. Nobody else does. It is what it is, man. It's just a business. Sometimes it's very shitty. Sometimes it's demoralizing a bit or just kind of catches you off guard. But I've been around a long time, and I've seen it many times. So it is what it is, man. I'm just happy with where I'm at. I focus on myself. I have a great team around me, guys that really care about me and as a person, not just if I'm going to win this fight or everything like that. So life is good, man. My family's healthy. I'm healthy. My friends healthy. We're all happy. They're having a good time in Vancouver. So, yeah, man, everything's good.
Hey, Brendan. Kind of going back to the beginning when you were saying, like, man, I haven't really seen too much out of RDR that really impresses me. I don't want to discredit his wins, but when you look at the strength of schedule, like, he got Kevin Holland at 85 when Kevin should be fighting at 70. He got a young Bo Nickel, and then he got Robert Whittaker like 24 fights into the UFC, right? So when you see that, do you think people are kind of getting an illusion there that he's actually more impressive than he is?
For sure. That's what I've been saying the whole time. It's not the Whittaker that fought like Yoel Romero or his come up where he was really at the top of his game. Bo Nickel, like you said, super green, super young in his career. Kevin Holland, I fought Kevin Holland when he was, coming off of Thiago Santos and my debut. So, he hasn't fought guys that are like young, hungry, guys that are even his size, guys that are, and most of the guys he fights, for the most part, are scared to go to the ground with him. So like they kind of act different. I think Whittaker was one of those guys, to be honest. By the time he found his timing and built the confidence that he could stuff the takedowns, he was already too tired. Like, for some reason, he was just too tired. I'm not that guy. I'm not scared to go to the ground with him. The thing with me is everything is on my time. I'm not on his time. But when we fight, everything's going to happen on my timeline, not on your timeline. So when I want to go to the ground, then we're going to go to the ground. If I don't want to go to the ground on your time, because he's probably going to shoot in it could be the first 10 seconds. It could be in the first minute. But before 2.5 minutes of the first round, he's going to shoot. I promise you he's going to shoot. And I'm going to stuff it, and I'm going to continue to beat him up and make him pay for it. But again, to answer your question, yes, I definitely think everyone's building this hype and this false sense of he's something that he isn't. He isn't this guy. He's not that guy. Like, he hasn't had a guy put it on him for real. Like, and him have to take it and withstand it. He's just not that guy. He's not that guy. He's not built like me. Like he's not built. He's just not built. We're not built the same.